Dear students, in this video, we are going to discuss some of the most important current affairs of recent days. So let's begin without any further delay. The first news is that Foreign Minister of Maldives has been chosen as the next President of United Nations General Assembly. So his name is Abdullah Asahid. So who is he? He is the Foreign Minister of Maldives. Why is he in news? Because he has been elected the President of 76th session of UNGA, means United Nations General Assembly. Now you may ask, what is UNGA? So United Nations has 193 member countries as of today. So these 193 member countries meet occasionally. So they need an assembly to discuss various issues, political, economic, social, various issues are discussed. So this assembly is known as United Nations General Assembly. So Mr. Abdullah Asahid has been selected as the president of the 76th session of UNGA. Next question. Mr. Antonio Guterres has been re-elected the United Nations Secretary General for the second term. So his term was about to expire, but he was re-elected. So he is now going to serve for second term for 5 years. So he will remain United Nations Secretary General for coming 5 years. So name you have to remember Mr. Antonio Guterres. Position you have to remember United Nations Secretary General. What is the tenure? For 5 years. Next news, bad news for India. India has been ranked 117th on 17 SDGs of United Nations. What is SDG? SDG stand for Sustainable Development Goals. G for goal. What do you mean by Sustainable Development Goal Index? See, let's first understand that. In 2015, all the 193 member countries of United Nations, they decided that let's make world a better place. Let's take care of the ecosystem. Let's take care of environment. Development is one thing, but development should not be at the cost of degrading environment. That is the concept of sustainable development goal. So they identified 17 such goals. Goals means that we have to create more forest, we have to take care of glaciers, so these kind of things. So 17 goals are there. So all these 17 goals are together known as sustainable development goals. Fine. So these goals are to be achieved by 2030. So now what United Nations does, they have already set the target. So they evaluate the member countries on how they are performing towards achieving these goals. Based on that, ranking is given. So India has this year been ranked 117th. Last year India was ranked 115th. So this is a drop of 2 positions. 2 positions drop. Who has been ranked number 1 on this list is Sweden. Next news, United Nations has declared this decade as the decade on ecosystem restoration. So decade means 10 years. So 2021 to 2030 has been declared as decade on ecosystem restoration. So this is part of their Sustainable Development Goal initiative. So what is meant by ecosystem restoration? Protection and revival of millions of hectares of ecosystem all around the world. I mean betterment of environment. Next news, India has been elected as member of United Nations Economic and Social Council for 3 years. For the time period 2020 to 24. Now what is United Nations Economic and Social Council? So United Nations has 6 major organs, 6 principal organs like General Assembly, Security Council, Secretariat, One of them is Economic and Social Council. So 6 principal organs, out of that one is Economic and Social Council. So there are currently 54 members, 54 members in Economic and Social Council, and India has also been elected. So India is also one of the 54 members now. Next news, Russian government pulls out, that means withdraws from Open Skies treaties. Now what is the concept of Open Sky Treaty? So this treaty was basically signed in 1992 between NATO countries, United States, Russia all included. So 1992, NATO countries plus United States plus Russia, they signed this treaty in 1992, but this treaty came into effect in 2002. What is this treaty? So as per this treaty, one country allowed another country, country A allowed country B to do the aerial surveillance so that this country cannot secretly develop any weapon. So if you are developing any secret weapon like nuclear, let's say nuclear enrichment facilities, so if another country is allowed to do aerial surveillance, so you cannot develop secret weapons. So that was the concept of Open Skies. That means one country allowed the other country to fly over its sky. So last year, trouble started between USA and Russia. USA accused Russia of misusing this treaty, not following the protocol of the treaty. So last year itself, in November 2020 itself, USA had pulled out. USA had already pulled out and Russia pulled out this month. Next news, Interpol has launched a database to identify missing persons. The name of that database is iFamilia. I for Interpol, iFamilia. Now what is Interpol? Interpol full form, International Police. So what is this database about? To find missing persons. So a database will be maintained and the missing persons will be, attempts will be made to identify these missing persons using the DNA of the other family members. You have to remember a few facts about Interpol. Interpol stands for International Police. Where is the headquarters of Interpol? It is at Lyon. Lyon is a very beautiful city of France. What is the motto of Interpol? Motto or tagline? It is connecting police for a safer world. Next news is from El Salvador. So where is El Salvador situated? So El Salvador is a Central American country. If this is North America, this is South America. So El Salvador is located here, Central America. So why was El Salvador in news recently? Because El Salvador has become the first country to make Bitcoin as legal tender. What do you mean by legal tender? So you can simply assume legal tender means currency. In India, the legal tender is rupee. In America, the legal tender is dollar. So official currency. So El Salvador has allowed Bitcoin also to be accepted as currency. Now remember a few facts about El Salvador. So capital of El Salvador is San Salvador. The currency of Salvador is United States dollar. But now United States dollar as well as Bitcoin both are allowed. Next news, Google is building the world's longest undersea cable. So this cable will start from America and will reach up to the Latin American countries. Latin American countries means Uruguay, Paraguay, these kind of countries. So this is going to be the world's largest undersea cable. Built by whom? Built by Google. The name of this cable has been designated as Fermina. So you have to remember the name of the cable system Fermina, you have to remember who is building it. So international search engine giant Google is building it. From where to where? From America to Latin American countries. So dear students, before proceeding any further, I would like to request to you that if you like this video, then please hit the like button, and please do not forget to subscribe to our channel, so that in future if we upload these kind of videos, you get the notification and you don't miss any video. So it takes a lot of effort to make these kind of videos, because as a teacher we have to take care which facts are to be included, which facts are to be excluded. So we understand that you are running short of time. There is too little time and too much to be studied. So let us do all the hard work. Let us take care of all the details. You just be prepared to put in your best effort. So if you are preparing for any of these competitive exams, CLAT, SSC, CTET, banking, SSC government, any exam, Vidya Guru is the best platform that can help you achieve success. Our results have been consistent for past many years. You can go and visit any internet website in which reviewing websites such as Quora or mouseshut.com. You can go and see there what our ex-students are talking about us. So we have produced consistent results. We have fulfilled the dreams of thousands and thousands of students. So you could also be one of them. So if you are preparing for any competitive exams, so please do visit our website once. This is our website. If you visit it, you will get all the detailed information that you need with regard to the exam that you are preparing for. Next news. Recently, India and Thailand conducted a joint military exercises in the Andaman Sea. So the name of this joint military exercise was Indo-Thai CORPAT. So CORPAT stands for Coordinated Patrol, CORPAT. So you have to remember the name of the two countries, India and Thailand. Location, Andaman Sea. Name of the military exercise, Indo-Thai CORPAT. Next news. Recently, United States have given the green flag. That means they have cleared the notification that they are going to hand over 3 MH-60 Romeo helicopters. Now, these Romeo helicopters will be handed over to Indian Navy. So, officers of Indian Navy as well as their, you can say marine vessel will be sent to United States, and there they will receive these 3 helicopters. You have also to remember that last year itself, India and United States have signed a 16,000 crore deal. So they have signed a 16,000 crore deal in 2020 itself. So as per this deal, Lockheed Martin, so this is a, you can say, arms manufacturer, helicopter manufacturer company of United States. So this company has signed a 16,000 crore deal with Indian government. So as per this deal, 24 such Romeo helicopters will be given to Indian Navy. So out of 24, first 3 will be given in this July itself. Next news, Minister of External Affairs. So who is Minister of External Affairs of India? Mr. S. Jaishankar. So Mr. S. Jaishankar is a retired IAS officer. So Mr. S. Jaishankar recently visited 2 countries. So you have to remember the name of both countries. K for Kenya, K for Kuwait. So first he went on a 3 days visit to Kuwait, and from Kuwait he proceeded to Kenya. Next news is from Ladakh. So Ladakh is a union territory. So what is the status of Ladakh? Ladakh has been carved out. You know that Kashmir has been trifurcated. Kashmir, Jammu and Ladakh. So Ladakh is a union territory which was earlier part of Jammu and Kashmir state. So Ladakh, being a union territory, does not have a chief minister. It has a lieutenant governor. So who is the Lieutenant Governor of Ladakh? Mr. R.K. Mathur. So recently, Ladakh government has launched a scheme. It is known as Yon Tab scheme. Now, what is this Yon Tab scheme? You have to remember the name of the scheme. Yon Tab scheme. Which government? Ladakh government. So what is this scheme? So as per this scheme, this computer tablets, or you can say tablets, will be given to 12,300 students. So these tablets already have preloaded online and offline reading material. So this is meant for government school students. Next news is also from Ladakh. So recently Ladakh administration has passed a new bill, has passed a new service bill. It is known as Service Recruitment Rules 2021. So as per this rule, all the jobs in Ladakh has been reserved for locals. So 100% reservation for local citizens, only for people who are from Ladakh. Next news is from Delhi. So who is the Chief Minister of Delhi? Mr. Arvind Kejriwal. So Delhi government has recently launched a scheme known as Jahan Vote Wahan Vaccination. Means the place where you vote, where you cast your vote. So where do you cast your vote? In polling stations. So this scheme is meant for people of age group 45 and above. So these people can now visit their polling station, the place where they go to cast their vote. So they have now to go to the same polling booth and they can get vaccinated there. Next news is from Haryana. This is also related to COVID. So please be careful, students, that we are living in the times of COVID. So any current affair that has got something to do with COVID becomes really important. So you have to know all the details about that. So coming to the fact, Chief Minister of Haryana. Who is the Chief Minister of Haryana? Mr. Manohar Lal Khattar. So recently, Chief Minister of Haryana have launched two schemes. The first scheme is Pran Vayu Devta Pension Scheme. So Pran Vayu means life-giving air. Means what? Oxygen. So oxygen. So Pran Vayu Devta. Devta means God. So Pran Vayu Devta basically means trees. Trees must be seen as gods because they give us oxygen and we are alive because of trees. So Haryana Chief Minister have decided that all those trees that are older than 75 years, they must be taken care of because they have done so much for us. All their life they have given us oxygen. Now they have grown old. So Haryana government is now declaring a pension of rupees 2,500 per annum for these maintenance of these trees, because what will you have to maintain, take care of trees. So this pension will be given to those people who will take care of those trees. The second scheme in Karnal district of Haryana. Where is Karnal? Karnal is an industrial town of Haryana. So in Karnal district, 80 acres of land has been designated by government of Haryana, and on that land they are going to open a Oxy-1. One means forest. So what is the concept of Oxy-1? In this 80 crore land, lakhs of trees will be planted. Trees will give us oxygen. That's why the name given is Oxy-1. So next news is from Assam. So Chief Minister of Assam. Who is the Chief Minister of Assam? Mr. Himanta Biswa Sarma, recently appointed, or you can say elected, as the Chief Minister of Assam. So Chief Minister of Assam has launched a new scheme known as Shishu Seva Achhoni. Shishu means kids. So what is this scheme? Because of COVID, many small kids have lost their parents and now they have become orphan. So the government of Assam will take care of small children who are below 10 years and all the adolescent girls who are not adults. So they are orphan now, they have no house to live, they have no parents, so government will adopt them, and all these children, their studies, where they will live, everything will be taken care by government of Assam. So this is known as Shishu Seva Achhauni. Next news, Niti Aayog has collaborated with Piramal Foundation. So Piramal, as you know, what is Piramal? So Piramal is a multinational company working in healthcare sector. They make medicines. They own a few hospitals as well. So Piramal Foundation and Niti Aayog, they have launched a, you can say, I won't call it scheme, but this is a abhiyan. So Surakshit Hum, Surakshit Tum Abhiyan, or you can say campaign. So Surakshit Hum, Surakshit Tum campaign will be run in 112 districts. So what is the purpose of this campaign? To take care of COVID patients and to give them proper home care support. Because Piramal Foundation is already working in healthcare sector, that's why Niti Aayog is taking help of Piramal Foundation. Next one, Niti Aayog has recently recommended that two government banks, Central Bank and Indian Overseas Bank, should be privatized. It is just a recommendation. Now you must be knowing that Government of India has come up with new public sector enterprises policy, which is also termed as Atmanirbhar Bharat policy. So as per this policy, Government of India has asked Niti Aayog to identify those banks and those public sector units which are not performing well, so that they can either be merged or privatized. That's why Niti Aayog is recently recommending that these two banks, Central Bank and Indian Overseas Bank, should be privatized. Next news, India's first international maritime cluster is to come up at Gift City. Where is Gift City situated? It is situated in Ahmedabad. So it is a township in Ahmedabad. So in this township known as Gift City, India's first international maritime cluster will be made. Now what is the concept of international maritime cluster? So at the same location, you will get the facility of port, logistic, as well as government officers, or those departments which are related to maritime trade and maritime permission giving and all that stuff will be present at same location, so that business can be easy. To take permission, you have to go to Delhi. To go to port, you have to come to Ahmedabad. No. So international maritime cluster, everything is present in same location. You need permission. The government office is there at Gift City. You can take that. So that is the concept of international maritime cluster. Where is it being formed? Gift City. Where is Gift City? In Ahmedabad. Next news. Recently, Assam has declared its 6th and 7th national park. So till now, Assam had only 5 national parks. So recently they announced or they notified 2 new national parks. The 6th national park is Raimona National Park. So Raimona National Park is in Kokrajhar district of Assam. So Kokrajhar district, so there is Manas Tiger Reserve. Very famous tiger reserve in Assam. So near Manas Tiger Reserve is Raimona National Park. So this is the 6th national park of Assam. 7th national park. So 7th national park of Assam is Dehing Patkai. So this is also recently announced, Dehing Patkai. So now Assam has 7 national parks. There are total of 104 national parks in our country. So Assam now ranks the 2nd in terms of national park, because Assam has now 7 national parks. But Madhya Pradesh have 9 national parks. Andaman Nicobar also have 9 national parks. So going by the count of national park, Madhya Pradesh and Andaman are number 1 and Assam is number 2. Next news, Recently, Bengaluru International Airport has achieved the status of net energy neutral. What do you mean by net energy neutral? So you consume energy. Energy consumed is equal to energy produced. So that you don't have to depend on any other source. So the energy is produced using solar panel windmills. So all the energy that this airport need is developed by the airport authorities themselves. That's why they have achieved net energy neutral status. Which airport? Bangalore International Airport, known as Kempegowda International Airport. So dear students, before we move to the next news, I would like to request again that if you have liked this video, so please do hit the like button just as a token of appreciation. And if you have not liked this video, then please do mention in the comment section what can we do to improve these kind of videos. Also, if you want us to make videos on a particular topic, please do comment in the comment section below. And if you are preparing for any of these prestigious competitive exams, you can see we have got many different types of courses for you. Online courses, pen drive courses, all these courses have been developed by expert faculties. So you can visit our website once, and if you are preparing for any of these competitive exams, you can leave all your worries, because Vidya Guru will take care of all your worries. Next news. Recently, renowned Indian actress Tilottama Shome. So many of you must have heard about her. She is a very good actress. She basically works in art movies. So that's why many of you may not be knowing her. Otherwise, she is a very talented actress. So Tilottama Shome has recently been awarded the Best Actor Award at UK Asian Film Festival. So you have to remember the name of the actress Tilottama Shome. You have to remember the name of the film festival, UK Asian Film Festival. For which movie? For the movie Rahagir the Wayfarers. Only this much you have to remember. This much is enough. Next news. Recently, HSBC India has got its new CEO, Chief Executive Officer. Hitendra Dave has been appointed as the new HSBC India CEO. Now, a few facts about HSBC. HSBC stands for Hong Kong Shanghai Banking Corporation. So this bank is basically of Hong Kong origin. Origin of this bank is Hong Kong, but its headquarter is at London. So if question is HSBC belongs to which country or which location, you would say Hong Kong. Fine, because you know that Hong Kong is not given the status of the country. This is declared as specially administered region in control of China. Next news. Anupam Chandra Pandey has been appointed as election commissioner. So Anupam Chandra Pandey is a retired IAS officer. Now it might come to your mind that if he's a retired IAS officer, how can he be made election commissioner? See, IAS officers retire at the age of 60 years, whereas the retirement age for election commissioner is 65 years. That's why it may be possible that an IAS is retired but not yet 65 years old. So Anupam Chandra Pandey has been appointed as election commissioner. Election Commission has three members. So who are the two other members? So Chief Election Commissioner Sushil Chandra and Election Commissioner. So there is one Chief Election Commissioner and two Election Commissioners. So Chief Election Commissioner is Mr. Sushil Chandra, and recently one Election Commissioner Anup Chandra has been appointed. The other Election Commissioner is Mr. Rajiv Kumar. Next news. Renowned cricketer, Indian cricketer Mr. Virendra Sehwag has launched his cricket coaching website known as Cricuru. So you have to remember the name of the website, Cricuru. Which player? Great cricketer, renowned cricketer, Mr. Virendra Sehwag. Next news, Bharat Pay has become ICC's official partner. Official partner. So what is ICC? International Cricketing Council. So you have to remember one more fact since we are talking about cricket. Where is the next World Cup scheduled? So next World Cup is scheduled to be held in India. India. So this is scheduled for October and November 2023. So I hope you must have liked this video, and in future we will keep on uploading these kind of videos. So if you have not yet subscribed to the Vidya Guru family, please do it. Please do it now, because if you are serious about your career, we are serious to make your dreams come true.